Welcome to HTM on the Line. I'm your host, Bryant Hawkins Sr. Today, I'm joined by Adrianna England, a leader who's not just rising in HTM, but pulling others up with her. From selling appliances to leading a 600 plus strong women in leadership movement in HTM, she's proved that you don't have to wait for a seat at the table. You can build your own. In this episode, we talk real leadership, building your voice, and leading with gratitude. Get ready for insight, inspiration, and impact. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of HTM on the Line. I'm here with a special guest, as I mentioned in the intro, Miss Adrianna England. Adri, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm glad we finally had the opportunity to get together, even though I'm probably on your third podcast, But
I was just prepping for you, B.
There we go. I like that. Good answer. All right. I know who you are, and a lot of people probably know who you are, but just for those who don't, tell us a little bit about your journey into this HTM industry. I know you're in the sales, so tell me about your journey and how did you get into the sales?
Okay, so sales is all I know. I started selling small appliances and worked my way into large appliances. I was at a temp agency selling hats. By the grace of God, I got placed at Conquest Imaging, which was a ultrasound company in my town. And I went in as a sales coordinator. So I had no idea about HTM. I had no idea about ultrasound. But Mark Conrad, the owner, took a chance on me and mentored me. And shortly after that, I started just doing all the paper pushing and learning the accounts, learning the customers, learning the product. And again, by the grace of God, I got put into an inside sales manager position and have worked my way up ever since that one opportunity. So a temp agency onto a director of inside sales.
Wow, that's a powerful story there. Now that you've been in the HTM world for a minute now, how has your definition, I guess, would say, of success has evolved since you first started?
B, don't laugh, but this is what I think. Started at the bottom, now I'm here. That has been my mentality, and it just continuing to evolve, and just networking and meeting people like yourself that just giving me the tools that I need outside of even my internal employees and bosses. It's all my external connections that are helping with the success and where I'm at today in my career.
I like the way you use that quote there. I'm assuming that's the Drake song, right?
Started at the bottom, now we're here.
Hey, now that's a great evolution about how you say your growth has happened in this industry. And I guess you can kind of mention that's like the impact you've been putting there. And let's talk about leadership, because you say you're in a leadership role now. And I know you're part of this group here. I think it's called Women in Leadership.
Yes.
How are you using your platform in that group to empower others?
So real quick, you think it's called Women in Leadership. I think it's called Women in Leadership. You were the very first one to give us some airtime. So you support us 100%. So acting shy, don't work here, B. I know you know who we are. What I do, we started with 4. We're now 640 members strong. I really am just transparent. Transparency is key with me. I'm an open forum. I'm starting this mentorship, and I really feel that some of the struggles that I have, just being transparent, is what is gravitating some people towards me because it's relatable and they can, everyone has their own battles they're going through. And just being transparent and sharing that with the HTM field, not only with women in leadership, but on my own personal page, it's really everyone just helping each other out.
That's great. I mean, y'all have a movement going. You said you went from 4 to 640.
Yes,
And
we
how long
started
that took you?
we in October 2023. There was four of us sitting in a conference room, and as of today, we sit at 640 members.
What else you do? I mean, do you have any type of rituals you do, maybe as far as reading a book, exercising, something else to keep your mind going other than work? Something else is feeding you to keep you motivated. Like for me, for instance, I love music. So I'll go put on some music just to get my brain away from the work until I can get back to the work. Do you have something that you turn to other than your work? Like, what do you do outside of work to get you in the position to where you can get back focused on work?
Well, I think the one thing that I do and that I preach to some of the people that I have private conversations with is I'm really focusing on self love and gratitude. And the one thing that I'm preaching right now that helps keep me grounded and focused is every morning I have a blank piece of paper and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm constantly throughout the day looking for little tiny things that I'm grateful for or that happened to somebody else. And at the end of the day, my goal is to get to that 5. And if I didn't, the next day I'm looking for it. So I'm looking for those small little gratitude nuggets that are encouraging me and inspiring me to keep going for the next day and the next week and the next quarter.
So if you don't reach that 5 in one day, you just keep the list going until you reach it, or
I
you
start
start
again.
over?
I look for 5 different things every single day. And it's amazing. If you're looking for them, you will find them.
Wow, and how long ago have you started this process? This little ritual.
It's been a while now. I'm going to say at least 6 months.
So do you keep a list of all of the gratitudes you found over that time, or you
No,
just
I throw the list away every day.
what? I think you should keep the list. I'm curious to know if you've repeated.
You want to know if you're on it?
Oh, hey, I'm probably not, but hey, but let me ask you this question. Okay, I love that looking for gratitude. So the fact you do look for gratitude and ways of being positive, do you lead by that example with your team, encouraging that also?
I do. I do every single day. I have my weekly and my quarterly and my monthly meetings with them. And we have this little blurb. So I do a company newsletter for our staff. And when I send it out to management looking for, their data, I also have a employee kudos section. So I'm encouraging the managers to the entire month to start collecting things that they want to highlight. And we share that in the company newsletter every single month. So yes, I am sharing that with my team and especially my leadership team.
Oh man, that is amazing. I love that. And I love the fact you're celebrating effort, not just outcomes.
Yep.
And
Yep. I do this little thing and it's kind of silly. And I know my CEO probably hates it, but I'm a huge reply all. And anytime I hear a success story, I see something on LinkedIn, I see something in the personal life, I send it to our all employee list via email and I'll attach a photo because we need to celebrate our successes. We always talk about the failures and why didn't this part arrive on time? Why was this damaged? But we don't talk about the everyday good things that happen. And that is one thing that my entire team could tell you. I highlight success. That's one thing that I think I bring to a table.
and that's great. I mean, that's a great example. That because when I meet with my guys, I say like check on the human, not just the role.
I
Because
love
some
it.
people see people as just this is your job, this is what you come here to do, and they don't realize everyone has a life outside of the job, and if you can't take care of them outside of the job, they're not going to be any good to you on the job. So I love
I
the fact
agree.
you take that and you put your priorities and progress in certain lanes and address them both. So that's great. I mean, you're a great leader, Adri.
Thank
Now,
you.
let's just get a little, I mean, I want to talk a little bit of everything and stuff just popping in my head. And I always used to tease you by you having this high energy voice. And you mentioned to me that you are a cheer mom, right?
Yes.
So are you currently still working with cheer moms or what you doing as far as cheer go?
Yes. And I am actually, this year is my 20th year. So I will be celebrating 20 years in coaching. So I started when my daughter was 5. That was in 2005. She's now 25. And I am the head varsity coach for our Pop Warner. So that's 7th and 8th graders. And yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm also the game day coordinator when I'm not coaching. So giving back to the community, mentoring our youth. I don't coach because I love cheerleading. I played basketball and softball. I coach because I love mentoring and leading the girls. And some of these girls that I've coached when they were 5 and 6 and 7, they are now going into careers. They are now becoming mothers, and they're now my assistant coaches. So it's becoming full circle, and truly blessed with some of the relationships that I've built and that I'm continuing to build.
Wow. See, now talking to you, I see why you lead the way you lead because I personally believe anybody that plays sport, some type of sport, it falls into the way they lead. I mean, sport teaches you how to celebrate without ego.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fail, to not always have excuses.
Yep.
And
And
that's
that's one of my
definitely,
number one phrases. We win together, we lose together.
yeah, that's it. I mean, you learn how to win and you learn how to lose with grace.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unfortunately, I went to a school where we lost a lot, so I got a lot of practice in that area. But but I love it because teamwork isn't just this little buzzword to you. It's
No,
survival.
I mean
And
it with my heart. I mean it with my
yes,
entire heart. Some of the things that I've learned and that I do on the field, I do in my everyday job because it definitely goes hand in hand. And these girls that I'm mentoring and that I'm training on the field, they will be going into the workplace, and they will have these nuggets that they can bring along with them.
yeah. I mean, it's so amazing how sports can tie in with our profession because, for instance, in your sport, you have to do a lot of conditioning drills. Yes,
Hmm.
cheerleading is a sport because I learned that from a
Thank
person.
you.
I used to work with a young lady, and she told me that, Brian, cheerleading has more injuries than football.
Yes,
And so she told me it's a sport. It's not just some girls on the sideline with pom poms.
right.
And so I think about that. You do a lot of conditioning, cheer, you do a lot of drills, and a lot of that helps you build up muscles. And they used to call it get back up muscles. And that's the same thing you use with your mentoring, with your managing skills. And it makes sense now and how that all ties into the way you are as a leader. You teach get
Thank
back
you.
up skills and get back up muscle memory. And that's a phenomenal way to lead by. And now we're gonna jump back into professional. This episode here, we just gonna be touching and touching.
Jumping around.
Yes, yes. Now, lately, I've been noticing a big increase in social media. Well, seemed like you already been on the social media side, but I would say on the LinkedIn, I see a lot of more videos coming out and your presence increasing. What's bringing this on?
You. And I'm not saying it just because we're on this call. Your videos, and I've told you this from day one, truly inspire me. When I see the video, when I hear your voice, I stop and I listen because it's relatable and it's real. And that's what I'm trying to do. I've been on LinkedIn for, 10 plus years, but knowing the impact that your voice has had on me, I was on Me Too mission. I'm like, I want to do that too. I have so much to say. I have so many experiences that I can share with somebody else. And if I can help bring someone up the ladder, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And just, being okay to fail. I don't care. Like if one person sees it and it touches their heart, that's all I need. So shout out to you, B, because you are one of the main reasons that I am now going visual versus just writing a post.
Thank you for that I appreciate the love, but let's stay on you, not me. What's one of the challenges you think you faced when you get into this creative space? Because this is a different type of space you're in now, not just posting, but you have to literally create some content that's going to be relatable. So, what are some challenges that you may have come across
So
that
I
you
think
had to push through? Go ahead.
yeah, I think the very first one is, and it's kind of silly, is do they like me? I'm constantly, will they like this? Do they like this? Do they want to hear this? At this point, it doesn't matter because it's just one post. With my intentions, I'm going to do multiple posts, multiple scenarios, multiple different experiences, and it's going to start touching different people. But I think my number one fear and also my number one challenge is, do people like me and am I relatable?
Yep. And I'll tell you how to get over that. Just accept this truth. Not everyone will like you,
Yes.
but that's not a problem. It's just proof that you're being specific, you're being bold, and you're being authentic. And if you try to please everyone, that's the fastest way to water down your impact. So you know how they got the saying, if you're for everyone, you for no one.
Yes.
So don't worry about that part. I mean, I know everybody don't like me, but you reaching somebody. Trust me, I'll listen to all your stuff also. But you so what's the word I want to use? You're so engaging, and your voice is just gives people spirit because you got. I guess that's the cheering background coming in because you seem like you're always happy. I know you probably have some down days, but you don't show it, which is also a great feature of a good leader. You know, you don't have to be because your day is rough. Put that on everyone else. But yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about if they like you because trust me, they're not. Everybody's
Thank
not.
you. Thank you.
So
I'm realizing that. And, you know, I try to be as positive as I can. And you're right, I do have down days, but having a new following that I'm getting, I can't have bad days. And that's refreshing to me because that gets me out of my bad days, knowing that there's people counting on me to send a positive video out, to send a nice little text message. It keeps me accountable on the self love and the self growth that I'm actually doing.
wow, see what you just did, and I don't know if you noticed it. You just flipped the fear. By you saying that, you just said, you know what? What if this is exactly what someone needed today?
Yep,
That's how you
that
turn
is true.
around wondering if somebody like you. You just flipped it, and you probably don't
Yeah.
even know you did that. And could this be the reason someone keeps going? You know, that's the
Yeah.
questions
And
I ask. Mm-hmm.
you know what, B, I am on this self-love journey, and I started this new mentality on I'll go first. And it's empowering. It's very, very powerful to where you get in that mindset. I will go first. If we're in a room and no one's talking, I will raise my hand. I will be the one that speaks first. Or if we're in a awkward situation and we want to lead, let's go. Follow me. I will lead us out. And that's kind of where my last 2 months have been, with the mentality I will go first.
Man, I'm telling you, that's perfect because look at it this way. And I read this somewhere is that you don't look at who is engaging. I mean, I'm sorry, you look at who is engaging, not who isn't. So if you got 10 people that engaged on your video, that's 10 people who literally stopped what they were doing to hear you.
Mhm.
So if you put that into human nature, that's 10 people in a room. That's enough. So I tell people all the time when you do stuff like this, social media, you got 50 posts. None of them might not land, might not do anything, but 51 might go viral. And you don't know when it's going to hit, but you just do it. And if I get one person to like what I do, it's a success. And I
Right.
tell people, keep that mindset. And that's all you're looking for. I mean,
I
you're
got
doing
on
it.
your podcast, right?
Hey man, look, I see the it in you. So
Thank you.
yeah, so it doesn't matter. Don't ever worry about who likes you. Now, this is a books. Do you read books, or you have any best books you've read, or audio book you listen to? Who's inspiring you? What's
Outside
a
of Voices of Medical Equipment by B Hop. Yes, I
check?
am actually in love, and it has changed my entire mindset. So I listen to 7 hours of audio, and I have the hard copy book now of The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. If you know me, I am tatted. I have let them on my skin already. That's how much this is touching my soul, my heart, changing who I am. And it's not changing who I am, it is embracing, all of my fears, and pushing me to be the person that I feel I'm destined to be.
It's great, man. What win are you celebrating right now? You have any wins?
Being on this podcast is a big win for me. I literally, I am grateful. I had two today. And
Wow, wow.
the fact that people are hearing me and I'm not just scrolling past. I think I told you in a private conversation, but I was on a meeting with a lady today, and she said, "Hey, let's talk about your nail situation." And it was in a video I had put out. That's a major win because, again, like we said, it may be one person, it may be 10 people, but this total complete stranger watched a video that I didn't even know we were connected on. So my win is taking a chance on being vulnerable, being transparent, and people are actually listening. So to me, that's a win right there.
Yes, that's a couple of wins there. I mean, 2 podcasts in one day. Oh, I got to step my game up. I'm
I'm
behind.
fancy. I'm
I've
going to
only
be
been on.
interviewing you pretty soon.
There you go. I only been on 2 podcasts. Period. And you've been on 2 in one day. Yeah, that's. I hear you, man.
It's exciting for me, B. I love, um, I feel the prep for these podcasts is just another stepping stone on me because I get to write down and highlight some of my wins and some of my struggles and some of the successes and some of the relationships. And it's just continuing to build my heart and to put that armor around it.
Right. I have 3 more questions for you because I wrote some down, but I haven't even used them. So this question here is: what can HTM professionals learn from the evolution of sales and leadership today? Because today's sales techniques are a lot different probably when you first came into this industry.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you evolved as a leader when it comes to sales?
I think just again being transparent, shifting your mindset, creating safe networking environments, shifting from the day-to-day work to a I am here for a reason, it can change your entire career.
Now, you mentioned that word transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people use transparency as a weapon. How can you how you view transparency? When you say you're transparent with someone,
Mm-hmm.
what are you actually saying?
What I'm doing is I'm being authentic. I'm being my true self. I know people have a lot of choices when it comes to working with a vendor or working with a different customer or working with an employee. I am authentic. I am real. I am the same off and on camera. I am the same on the clock and off the clock. I'm authentic to myself. I am transparent when I fail. You will know. When I win, you will know. I feel that just being authentic and not, putting on a different hat, no matter who you're talking to. I'm the same girl. I'm going to be the same person with you, B, as I am with my CEO.
I love it. I love it. And you're pretty much saying it like transparency. Some people would say, I'm just being transparent, but it's coming with hurt. So to me, that's when you're not using transparency in the right way. If you're going to be transparent with somebody, have a solution with it.
Yep.
Don't just dump emotions, but deliver to them clarity.
Right.
And that
And
helps when you're transparent. Yeah, go ahead.
it does. And the one thing that I think helps with that is remembering that we're working with people. I know in our day and age, there's a lot of AI, there's a lot of intelligence out there, but remembering that we're working with people and not robots completely changes your mindset. I mean, one positive hello in the morning can change someone's entire day. One goodbye, can change someone's entire evening. And that's the one thing that I like to bring to the table is just remembering that we're all humans. We're all, in the same game. We're all working towards the same thing, which is just having a good day and starting tomorrow off fresh.
Oh man, great. Now, of course, we have to have a motivational moment here. And I'm gonna try to do this. It might put you on the spot, it might not. We'll see. But what message can you give to young men who's maybe listening right now who may doubt themselves? I know you're a female, but
Yeah.
what kind of message could you give to young men? Because we also have young males in this industry.
We do. And just again, to put on my coaching hat, I'm out there with cheerleaders, but we're cheerleading for 300 football players. So I'm out there with little boys from 6 years old all the way up until their eighth grade year. So I definitely am mentoring both male and female. I have a brother, I have a husband. Yes, I do the women in leadership, but there's a lot of key players, key men that I'm also influencing and I'm being mentored by. So what I would say is accept feedback. And I think that's something that's hard. And that's something that being a woman is hard to give feedback to a male. But one of my best friends, he's a male, and I give him feedback all the time, and he appreciates it. He looks for my feedback. He looks for my input. So be open to accepting feedback and create friendships. It doesn't have to be male, female. I mean, you and I have an amazing relationship, and that's not normal, right? You're supposed to be guy on guy, girl on girl. And you and I are a male and a female, and we have built a friendship built on trust and respect and loyalty. So don't be afraid to build those friendships and to accept feedback open-heartedly.
Great advice, man. Okay, now I want you to give a message to young ladies that may be listening in the HTM industry who might doubt themselves. Because unfortunately, in this industry, it's male dominated. And you may have some females who may doubt themselves when it comes to maybe speaking up or maybe when it comes to applying for a position. What's your message to those young ladies in the industry?
I'm going to say this is near and dear to my heart, but it's find your tribe and find yourself. Because when you find your tribe and you, again, join a society like Will, we are there. We will sit with you. We will walk through with you. Find your tribe, find yourself. Do not be afraid to fail because no one is speaking up for you. So go in there. A quick story I have to tell you, when I took on this new sales position that I'm in, the director, I had absolutely no idea how to be a director. I said yes first, I Googled it second, and here I am 3 years later. So have no fear, find your tribe, find yourself.
Right. I want you to finish this sentence for me. If you want to lead, you have to be willing to.
Okay, so this is a hard one because I have two, but I'm going to say you have to be willing to share the journey.
Why?
That is a huge statement for me. Share the journey, lead with love. I truly believe leadership is not a solo act. It takes all of us. It takes a village. The one thing that I'll say is, if you want to lead, you have to be willing to be real and not perfect. And that's what I'm doing in my everyday life.
Right. You say you had two?
That was my second one. Be real, not perfect. That's my OG one.
Hey man, look, let me tell you, I was thinking the same thing. We're on the same page here. If you want to lead, you have to be willing to go first.
Yeah.
Because some people you can't lead from the back. Everybody wants to be a leader, but at the same time, a leader is also a servant. And you have to serve your team. You can't just lead with attitude or lead with dictations. You got to lead them. And you can't show up bold and a leader if you're only giving half energy, half effort. So I appreciate you, Adrian, man. It was great talking with you. I mean, We could go on and on, I'm sure, but I try to keep myself to a strict time restraint.
The one thing I want to say, B, to just kind of wrap this up, first, I appreciate you, but a lot of my videos, I say the same thing every day. I have it tattooed on me, and it's um, be kind. Reply with kindness when you can. That will change your entire philosophy on how you're leading your team, how they see you. So, any scenario, remember to first act with kindness. And what I like to tell myself is what I'm saying now, if somebody were to repeat it to somebody else, how would it come across? And if it's not with kindness, you should probably rephrase it.
Oh man, I mean, we didn't talk about this, but kindness is one of my strong words I keep dear to my heart. Honestly, I could spit off about 10 things about kindness, but I tell people all the time, kindness is a way of showing how strong you are under control. Because
I love
it's
that.
easy to
That's one
go
of my
another way.
that's probably one of my number two favorite words.
Yeah. And then some people feel if they're kind, that'll take away the fact of the accountability they have to take on. Because just because you were nice to me, you still wronged. You still did something that you had to be accountable for. But they just feel because they were kind, that will let that go unaccountable.
Right.
And kindness doesn't cancel accountability, you know. And I mean, it's just so many things that kindness can do. I mean, it's a word that you can use almost in any type of situation. I mean, it's definitely a leader. If you're not kind, you can't be a good leader. So I love that word. And that's you say you have kind tattooed on you or kindness?
Choose kindness.
Oh, you got kindness. Oh, choose kindness. Okay, great. You have a lot of artwork on you.
I do. I do.
Okay, well, Adri, I appreciate you. Anything you want to say to the listeners in closing? Give some great advice. Well, look, no, let's do it two ways. Because I also, with my nonprofit, I speak to kids a lot. So I want you to first talk to, we're in a room full of juniors and seniors. What would you tell those kids?
I would tell them to follow your heart, be kind, follow your dreams, be brave, and get it done.
Great. Now, you at an MB Expo. You're presenting. What would you say to a group of people you're presenting to? As far as wrapping up your speech, you got some fine words. Your concluding statement, what would you say to them?
I hope that I've given you the tools that you can use in your day to day to help you not just manage, but to be a leader, be somebody that your team can be proud of, and be someone that you can be proud of. Because when you look in that mirror, your reflection is who you truly are. So be proud of who you are and be okay to make mistakes.
Hey, Adrian, you're a motivational speaker, whether you know it or not, man. So when you need to get into the public speaking game, you know, you need to start presenting at these expos out here at the Amy's conferences. You ever thought about that?
I'm working my way there, B. Baby steps. Baby steps. But yes, you give me a topic, I will talk until I'm blue in the face. I love speaking. I love listening. I love motivating. Some of my deepest scars are being healed by healing others. And those are things that I don't, talk about professionally, but I have a story. And if I can use my troubles to help somebody succeed, I will go to my grave with my legacy, very happy and smiling and with my pom poms.
Wow, I'm sitting here talking to you now. I mean, I'm trying to end this episode here, but you keep giving me thoughts in my head. So you got this story. I think sound like we need to have a book written. You know, somebody needs to start writing a.
Believe it or not, I started one. It's next to my bed. It's been years. It would probably be crazy now with AI. I could probably do a lot with it, but I definitely have a testimony, and I definitely am an open book. So I think it's definitely something that could be on the radar.
And that's awesome. There, I tell people all the time, if you went through it, then it's only your duty to testify about it. I mean, and if you need you a publisher, hey, I'll be glad to help you. Put that
Thank
out there
you.
because we need to share your story with the world because you're already writing another story, so you got to get that story out into the world so you can write this next chapter you're doing. You've already did probably about 2 books of life. So let me
That
ask you
is
this:
true.
did you have a title?
I don't have a title yet, but I'm sure I could come up with one.
Adri's memoirs. We can figure out. I love it, but hey, we didn't spoken into existence, so now you got to follow through with it.
There we go.
All right, I
I'm
appreciate
ready.
you, Adri. Appreciate you. Anytime you want to come back to talk about any of your ventures, you're always welcome to come on HTM on the line.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You have supported me since the day we met, and it will not be forgotten. So pretty soon I'll be signing your book.
Adrianna reminded us today: lead with love, speak with courage, and never wait to go first. Whether you're doubting your voice or building your legacy, start now, because someone out there needs what only you can give. Stay focused, stay motivated, and as always, HTM is on the line. Y'all be safe out there.